Hello everybody, welcome back to Wolfy Extras. Today we have the 30th installment of the MCC Reddit Roundup on our hands, and it's been about a month, so this is the October Halloween edition of the MCC Reddit Roundup, which should contain all the posts from Haunted Hoedown and hopefully some other stuff. I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, hope you're all excited for Reddit Roundup. Let's get started. I don't have anything to plug, not that I can think of, so let's just get into the video right away. Starting off with this first post. This had me cracking up. Just practiced with my team, and I'm confident to say we are winning my first MCC. Jimmy with the hard carry. Excuse me? Alright. I mean, they do a little bit of trolling. Obviously, in retrospect, you know... the Jimmy didn't end up playing, so I guess the practice, you know, paid off. Maybe, well, I guess not. Maybe the opposite. I don't know. Either way, funny little meme. I think one thing that was something that was very nice and refreshing again from Haunted Hoedown was that there was a lot more energy in terms of the preparation for the MCC. Unlike what we've seen really this entire year. You saw almost every team do some team practice. You saw just a lot of pre-event interactions between a lot of the teammates. And I think that made for a very nice, like, community experience. So, very cool. This is a good example of exactly that. And, yeah, pretty awesome. Next up, so yeah, I'm looking forward to watching Mustard tomorrow. Impulse and his PG viewers, Sneak Chatters joining shared chat on PG, Elena dropping the F-bomb. Oh boy. Oh boy. Dude, I have now... It's funny that I am doing this after PB, because I've now experienced a, like, larger shared chat experience. I've done one with, like, Shane before, which obviously, like, Shane and I, decent viewership, so, like, there was some fun interaction, also a lot of overlap in terms of our viewers, but in this instance, we had, or at least on my team, it was Sneeg, Zam, and Fruit. Those three guys all pull more viewers than me, and their viewer base is very active in the chat. It was a wild experience. So I cannot imagine why or what it would be like for Impulse, who is also a very big streamer, of course, but a PG streamer, to have to deal with that team. Sneak's chat spamming balls and other things in the chat, and then Impulse's chat just being there, and then Elena accidentally slipping up. I'm sure this was a great experience. I didn't really get to catch too much from this team's POV, because I think for Haunted Hoedown, I don't remember who the main POVs were. I think Fine got a lot of play, and I don't remember who else we watched. I know Shane was on the screen a couple of times, so yeah. Seems like this would have been a great experience regardless. Next up, here's the team announcement for the green team. We already went over this, but yeah, I'm gonna be so for real. I love Jimmy, but I think if the sub team ended up being announced, it would have gone an insane amount of upvotes. Purely because Cookie God, Unexpected Newcomer, it's a strong team. The people love Joel. People love Jimmy too, and the people love H-Bomb too. I'm just saying, like, Cookie God and Newcomer, strong team, Joel's on there, and then Grian would have been insane for the Reddit. So yeah, crazy team, and I definitely think, even though the team got third, it's probably one of the ones that is going to stick around the most in people's memory for Haunted Hoedown. Probably, it's going to be the top two teams, probably, and then this one, maybe. I don't know. Anyways, next up, Fineberg appreciation post. Fineberg had a very unlucky event this time around. His team got the best row rush in terms of distance reached, but ended up in 8th because of a glitch of minecart. Not a glitch, by the way. Not a glitch. Technically an intended feature, just an oversight, which is probably one of the most unfair things that has ever happened in MCC. Not true. Nope. Technically, if you were really good at Minecraft and really thought about it, this could have been avoided. However, this is a very easy oversight. Yeah, so yeah, Fine was really cool about it, didn't spend it just complaining and simply said that sucks, and moved on. MC has had many problems in the past where anytime anything goes wrong, participants vocalize their displeasure to the point where Noxer and Scott get a ton of hate for a simple mistake that likely didn't even matter in the long run. I wonder what that references to. Let's look a little bit further. Thought it was a very mature response considering he had every right to be upset about it, and it's nice to have people in MCC nowadays who are just able to accept that bugs happen and move on without having it ruin the tournament completely. True, and then also on top of that, obviously SOT, Fine didn't end up being able to bank any points. Yeah, I think it's just showcased that Fine has learned a lot as a content creator. I know I've read this post before, so I've seen the comments, And yeah, Fine's done a good job learning as a content creator. I know Fine used to be perceived as a very toxic guy. I think he still has like a slight bit of toxicity, but I don't think it's toxic in a way that's like gonna negatively impact everybody. It's more like a type of a way of talking that can be perceived as toxic, but I don't think anybody cares. So yeah, I think it's fun. Fine's a cool dude. So I'm happy that he's in MCC, and I think he's proven himself that he's worthy of being a participant, of course. Next up, I promise there's context to this. Rendog, the Return of the King. What the hell is going on? Okay, I mean, yeah, Rendog was back. That was pretty cool. I hope that Ren becomes like a regular again, because there's now, this year specifically, it's probably the highest attendance of hermits we've seen in the entire history of MCC. I think pretty much every hermit, if not every single hermit who's ever played in MCC has played this year. I can't really think of if there is somebody who hasn't. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm fairly sure that every hermit who's ever been in MCC at least played one time this year, I think. So that's pretty cool if that is true. Hopefully we see more of them. I mean, the hermits are like the staple players for MCC. I think they're kind of the defining factor to why MCC is like the way it is right now. And yeah, I think it's really cool to see them in. So hopefully we see more, please, I beg. Next up, 3 women top 10. I don't know who got 7th, but you got erased, L. Anyways, yeah, 3 women top 10. That's pretty awesome. I mean, if Haley or Ghosty gets to play more MCCs, I think she'll be able to pull it off a couple times more. I will say that obviously her team was very strong, and it's also the PAL's debut event buff. Okay, you can't forget the PAL's debut event buff applies, because just like me, I'm not getting 3rd next MCC I play, okay? I'm gonna be so for real. Ain't no way. So, but yeah, anyways, very cool leaderboard. Definitely, I think if you asked any person going into this event what order you would put these 3 players in terms of performance, this is not what I would have expected at all. Especially with this gap, Hannah clearly popped off in one of the games tremendously, or maybe JoJo had like a little bit of a fumble in one of the games, which obviously doesn't really matter, but a very interesting board here. I wouldn't have expected this, but it's a welcome surprise. Next up is the pink team announcement, which had Jevin on it. Obviously I've talked about these all before, but makes sense. Jevin is now the the longest returning player, if that's how you would title it. It's the person, he is now the person who has had the biggest gap between events from people who have played at least twice, you know? So he's played MCC 1 and he's played MCC, I think, technically 37, Haunted Hoedown. We know which one it is. So, very cool. Pete has now apparently reached 100,000 lifetime cannon points, which is the same number as a lot of testers used to have. Or not a lot, but like some testers reached this number, I think, back in the day for when I was a tester still, which came from people playing multiple MCCs every month. So this is a very impressive showing, I must say. Very impressive showing. People don't count the non-cannons or the spit or whatever the hell you want to call it. I don't know if I agree, but sure. If you want to not include the spin-off MCCs, then sure, I think you should, but whatever. Anyways, unless these are NA. Oh, wait. Are these events that he hasn't played in? No, but he played in... Oh, he played... Wait, this is in a weird order. He played in Twitch Rivals NA. They're missing Twitch Rivals EU, because he played in Twitch Rivals EU. Okay, whatever. He may have already gotten close, but I think he just surpassed it. Anyways, W Pete. We love Pete. He's great. Blue Banshees for Haunted Hoedown. I mean, all the teams I already talked about. This one makes sense. Fineberg, Hermits, Zeus, cool. Rendog Return, cool. Haunted Hoedown games, yep, we already saw these. I already talked about every game in my event review, so I don't need to talk about those anymore. The only way to make a balanced HVG team. Curry, 1 arm. Fine, 1 arm. Fruit, 1 arm. Pete, 1 arm. What if they all shared the same setup? They would probably be really bad. I must say, I mean, I can take credit for this because I'm the person who did this. The 1 arm meme is pretty awesome. I mean, obviously Curry's the one who has 1 arm, but I put it on the team announcement, and then I put still 1 arm, which is really funny, I think. Yeah, the Curry 1 arm meme is pretty awesome sauce. Next up, here's Aqua Team, which was a surprise team announcement as well, with Ghosty debuting. Here's another team announcement. Ghosty must at least be A tier. I will say this for pretty much ever. A one event sample size cannot define how good somebody actually will be. There are plenty of showcases where someone's first event does not define their entire performance. Sometimes it does, but usually it does not. Haley is good at the game. A tier depends on what A tier defines. I think what Haley's quote-unquote skill range will be is very, very likely to contend for top half, but probably won't get top 10 super often. So I'd say around 15th is probably a fair range, which maybe is A tier. I don't know, but that's a guess. We don't know because this is a one event sample size. Not only is it just one team that was very strong, it also is a certain game roster that could potentially be in Ghosty's favor. So many factors that come into play. And this applies to everybody. This is not like anything to, make Ghosty's performance seem worse than it actually is, because that's not the case. But I'm just saying, like, one event performance shouldn't define someone's skill level or skill set entirely, unless it's like a very dominant performance on a not super dominant team. For example, like Shane on Shane, I guess, in his first event doesn't count, but his first normal event, which I think was MCC 29, getting like top 5, I think, on a like 6th place team that was predicted to be bottom or like literally 10th by almost everybody, is a showcase like, oh, this guy is an S tier, right? That at that point it's undebatable. Anyways, RyGuy uses Decay to get to the next room in Meltdown. Okay, hold up. Let's take a look at this. Let's take a look right here. He is okay. He uses Decay to get to the next room in Meltdown. How does that work? I'm so curious. I haven't seen this clip before, so okay. What is the Decay, like breaking up a wall somewhere or something? Or maybe it's like dropping down. Wait, is that how it works? Hold up, I need to actually get the audio, probably. Hold up.
Decays from above, we can fall onto it.
Oh! This guy's so smart.
Oh, yeah, it's true. Wait for it to decay and we can fall onto it.
This guy's so smart. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, that's crazy.
Might need to look and make sure.
Okay, here we go. It's decaying. Just get on the highest block possible.
Is that the door? Oh my god.
It is. Drop.
Oh my god.
Let's go.
That's crazy. That's actually insane. That's just a really good play. I mean, that's undeniably just a really good play from RyGuy. Proof that, like, sometimes a player you may not expect to pull off like a play like that can just clutch up. It's not always the top frags, all right? RyGuy proving himself very well there. All right, cool. No, that was sick. That was fire. Here's some art. MCC Haunted Hoedown team art part 1 gore warning. We're gonna start scrolling. I don't know which ones are the ones that are weird, but looks pretty normal. Okay, cool art. I like art. Always cool. The MCCification of MCC. I already made a whole video about this. I'm not going to talk about it. Happy birthday, Fineberg. 2 weeks and a half late. It's fine. Happy birthday. A collage of almost all the Halloween costumes this MCC. Oh boy. I think I looked at this on stream maybe. I don't know. But yeah, some of these costumes were crazy. The red team was like the Minecraft movie. You got Steve. You got what's his name again? Jason Momoa. You got I was about to say Jason Tatum. Jason Momoa, I think is his name. You got Creeper, and then you got Piglin. I think Orange team was the Scooby-Doo squad. Or not Orange, sorry. Cyan team was the Scooby-Doo squad, my bad. So Cyan, I think, was this Scooby-Doo. I thought Orange because Velma, and then Velma. Or no, that's Daphne, I think. I don't know. Then you have the Aqua team, which has a combination of things. You have Jordan just with a blue wig. Then you have Haley, I think is like an anime character. I don't really know specifically which one that is. I don't know if there. I don't think there's another Aqua player here. No. Right? Yeah. Blue team was blue. I don't know. They're blue. The yellow team was minions. That was awesome. Orange was like a variety of things as well, just like cool Halloween stuff. I recognize the H-bomb hat. I don't remember what the character was, but it's some like deer-looking guy, I think, right? Some funky character. Mock Swamp, looking very summery, very awesome. Jojo was Jojo Siwa. I don't know specifically which character Hannah is, but Hannah is dressed up as well. And then you got some other fellows here as a variety of characters, really. Halloween is cool. I think it's a fun little thing. Here's a Red Team announcement with fails of Minecraft. Sag missing a MCC with Levies and Sky Battle. Hey, they might do it again, or maybe not. We'll see. I think, you know, Levies and Sky Battle, I already talked about it. It's like fine to experiment with it. I do think that it's now been used twice, and both times it has been very obviously not a popular thing or not been very well received. By the community, at least. The players maybe don't mind as much, but the community at least doesn't like it. I understand maybe it's map dependent, whatever. So yeah, I don't know. Levies, sure. Cyan couldn't decide whether to win 2 or lose 2 in a row. Yeah, no. Win, loss, win, loss, win, loss, win, loss, win, loss, win. But they got third, so it paid off. I must say, it paid off. 5 wins, pretty good. Here you got the green subbing on green, which obviously we knew about. It was because Jimmy was not feeling well. Cam here made a short explaining how the minecart stuff, or how minecarts have a silly thing, and then talked about MCC, where obviously the Fineberg moment happened. I'm sure that Cam either like watches the Reddit stuff, or maybe he just heard about this, or he watched MCC, I don't know. But yeah, very, very funny, very awesome. Happy birthday, Purpled. 2 weeks late. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Lizzie. A month late. Happy birthday. Here's the yellow team. Here's the purple team. Here's a meme from MCC Twitch Rivals, which was a really funny like moment. Fruit, go left. This was in person, by the way. Fruit, go left. Fruit. You can't hear me. It's because he was like low-key getting dono-walled, but not fully. It was a really funny clip. I think it was in the... It probably was in the Reddit Roundup for Twitch Rivals. So if you want to see this clip, go watch that one. Would be Reddit Roundup 29. An insane year for Minecraft events. I wanted to talk about this. I guess it's going to be mentioned here. Yeah, after PB, a lot of people kind of reflected on the whole year of Minecraft events, because I think in terms of what we've gotten, right? PB is PB Dragon Pit is probably one of the best Minecraft events we have ever seen in terms of like cohesiveness. Not flawless, but it is one of the best you will have seen, which kind of showcases like the ceiling for Minecraft events is high, because it can get better than PB Dragon Pit, but PB Dragon Pit was really good, so insane, right? Then there's MCC this year has hosted like banger after banger after banger. Which is crazy, of course, you know, like there's like so many cool events that they were hosted this year. Both the Twitch Rivals I think are cool. Ender Cup is really cool. There's a plethora of just fun stuff that happened this year for MCC. And then obviously Block Wars as well. I will always be biased, but it's mentioned here. Rookies 2 and 3, both happening this year, are introducing some people to the Minecraft event scene that you would have never expected to really see make an appearance. Like, obviously Iron Mask didn't play, but Iron Mask was announced and is in the Block Wars server, so maybe one day. But, like, Vinny Vinesauce, Zekin, like, who was added last time that was, like, crazy? Pirate Software. Like, there's so many people that are in the rotation for, at least Block Wars specifically now, that you wouldn't have expected to see in any Minecraft event. Maybe, like, a Ludwig one, but even then, it's debatable that, like, for the most part, these are people that were not in contention to even be in a Minecraft event. So it's crazy that it happened, and really awesome as well. And yeah, I think there was a debate about which event is the best of the year. The big 3 events all have a contender for the best, being PB Dragon Pit, MCC Ender Cup, and Block Wars Chaos. I think Block Wars comfortably comes in at a 3rd there, and then it's debatable depending on what your preference is for MCC Ender Cup or PB Dragon Pit to be number 1 or 2, depending on, you know, what you like. If you like competitive stuff more, you'll maybe like actually PB was supposed to be casual, but the core gameplay is more competitive. It just depends on your preference, really. either way, yeah, a banger year for micro events. It's not just these specific 3 events that have been really cool, or rookies or whatever, right? Like PB has been doing well. Buy in Battle has also emerged out of nowhere and is potentially promising for whenever they are, you know, gonna figure things out properly. Obviously Mayhem had a nice little run this year. And there's other events too that maybe don't get as much of a attention spike as the big ones, but I'm sure they've been doing a pretty good job too. Stuff like Funny Wars, as much as it isn't like the top tier event experience, has given a lot of people some content to play. Whether they love it or not, they are playing it, so clearly that showcases that there is a demand for it and people actually want to do this. So yeah, events have been doing really good this year. I will say it is going to be really hard for 2025 to top this year, mainly because there was both Ender Cup and Dragon Pit in the same year. However, I do think that there is a decent chance that 2025 has a lot in store that could top 2024. Mainly Block Wars, I think, will be better in 2025 than it has been in 2024. Not saying that Block Wars is at all bad, but I think most of the issues that were happened in early 2024 have been ironed out a little bit in the end of this year, and 2025 just kind of means that the issues in early 2024 don't exist, and it only goes up from there. So we'll see how things go. But yes, 2024 has been an insane year for for Minecraft events, and I am hoping that next year is going to be really good as well. Also, a lot of cool moments that happened. I think, namely, like Fine's like dominance in obviously Block Wars, and then also now an MCC appearance, or a couple MCC appearances where he's showing some dominance as well. The GOAT debate is on like never before, with Fruit making like a huge comeback this year as well. A lot of stuff happening. It's very cool. Our MCC GOAT in what I assume is Hyperdrive. These are just the 4 undebated top 4 players of MCC. All got first to fourth in probably a round of Hyperdrive. I don't know. Congratulations to the winners of MCC Haunted Hoedown. Aqua Team making it out on top, I think, was partially predicted. I said that Aqua Team was really good. In the predictions we did, Aqua Team came out at a very high placement across different games and across just on the overall predictions, really. And I do think that, yeah, a very deserved one, of course. Ant Venom and Haley getting their first MCC wins. Very cool. And also Jordan almost getting to 5. I think Shadun now has 2 or 3 as well. Very cool. Very nice. Next post, Roxbury Rush, Elytra W needs to change the event. I've already talked about this. Go watch. There's a video about like MCC's worst thing according to the MCC Reddit or something. The main problem according to MCC Reddit. Watch that video if you want to hear my thoughts on this. So yeah. Fineberg as the hit Sky Battle map Candyland. Oh, nice little dress up moment there. Also, I love this little guy over here, the little smiley character. Very awesome. I also like this drawing. This is very, very cool style. I like the little details all across the drawing. It's very cool. Next up, you got the Lime Team. Percentage of earned coins by top frags on their team. Hold on. Let me yell it real quick. Okay, cool. Here you see, obviously, something that has also really started this year in terms of Reddit posts. It also happens for Block Wars, but I think it started on MCC, is that people kind of look at how much a top frag does for their team, right? How much do they like carry the team? And I think it's a very interesting showcase that keep in mind, team of 4 format, people like Fine and Purpled, and even Ant here, honestly, are like the standout, like people getting like over 35% of their team's coins, which obviously if a team was entirely balanced, it would be 25%. So seeing them have a 10% over the rest of their team combined is crazy. Also, obviously, like Shane and Pete and Hannah also doing really good. Hannah, honestly, I think is a very impressive one here because obviously she had JoJo on her team. So technically, maybe not an S tier duo, but at least a 2 top frag duo in my opinion, or at least a 2 high frag duo being on the same team. Pulling 33% of your team's coins is really, really good, especially compared to obviously some of the other teams as well, where the S tiers are doing the same thing. I think is really impressive. But yeah, definitely, obviously, from here highlighting Fine, Purple, and Ant being the undebated, carries of their team really here. which is very awesome and very cool. I think Fine's like second frag was in like 20 something. I assume with Purple there was a similar situation, like, or maybe and with Ant probably too. Like probably all these guys had like a similar frag or second frag placement, which is crazy. Either way, very cool. Yeah, there was a little thing that they did for the day of MCC with Hannah on stream, which I think was guess the poorly drawn MCC player, which is very nice. I was live during this, so I didn't get to watch this, but very cool. How many kills does the top frag get of every team, or top frag of every team get in battle box? Oh, these are the top frags of the teams. Okay, and then how many kills they got. 5UP coming in with 12 is crazy. I mean, 5UP's team was like a very well-rounded one, so him getting 12 kills is kind of nuts. I must say that is really good. Obviously, Fine up top with 13, which is very impressive, but it is slightly expected considering his team's composition. Same with Ant, obviously same with Shane and Purpled. Both Jojo and Hannah getting 10 kills as well is kind of insane. So yeah, very, very cool. Haley as well, top frag in her team, very cool. Yeah, you'll have to see it. Very nice. You thought Green wouldn't be on the Green Goblins? You must be joking. It would have been really funny if, for the sub announcement, they renamed it the Green Goblins, but obviously they wouldn't do that. So yeah, very funny. The endings people completed in Parkour Warrior. I don't know if I looked at this already, but I do know that something people mentioned is that it feels like this was one of the easiest hard finishes in recent Parkour Warrior history, at least. I don't know if it's the easiest one of all time with the most people finishing. Obviously, I assume in testing, the amount of hard finishes is probably astronomical compared to the actual event. But yeah, some pretty high finishes here, which kind of brings up a thing for how MCC scores work, because Parkour Warrior is a game that is it has a big range in terms of what the max points amount is of an event, right? Parkour Warrior, depending on the team composition, depending on the balancing, is either going to have a lot of medium finishes like right here, or a lot of easy finishes, or maybe some more not finishers, or maybe, depending on how skilled the roster is, maybe more hard finishes than this. But every hard finish really is adding a crazy amount of points to the pool, being an addition of, I think, 0.8 to a multiplier, which is crazy, by the way, because that's almost an extra player. Like, what? Sorry. So, yeah, very notable here that these finishes are pretty high leaning, honestly. Obviously, Aqua Team all getting a medium finish is really good. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry. Sorry, I had to yawn. Something like Fine here with having two medium finishes and him having a hard finish is also crazy. Like, just in general, this is a pretty strong performing Parkour Warrior from the entire roster here. Next up, for the first time, the bottom frag on Captain Sparkle's Dodgebolt team placed 14th. This time it was the captain himself. So this time around, it was Ollie in 14th. This time around, it was Cub in 14th. This time around, it was Jimmy in 14th. And this time around, it was Jordan in 14th. Very awesome. And a fun little consistent placement here that happens with Captain Sparkles' Dodgebolt teams. Next up, cool to see the past Rising participants playing together. Is this covering every single Rising, or is this just the recent one? No, you see some Rising 3, you see some Rising 2. I'm trying to see if I can recognize some Rising 1 people in here, potentially. I think Nicola is from Rising 1. So you have a fun little crossover between some of the players, which is very fun. Rising SMP, fun little squad. I think the more Risings are hosted, the more of a community feeling it's going to get. Because I think a lot of these people obviously look back on Rising very positively, because it was a very unique experience for them. So I think there will be more recurring content from specifically Rising people altogether. Also nice to see someone like FaZe in there, who obviously didn't get to play but is part of like the Rising squad, so very cool. For everyone wondering about Blue's RRR bug, I think it was talked about. We already know exactly what happened. FBM first, Shane getting first. I feel like it wasn't really mentioned that much. Maybe it's just because people expect it at this point, but and also, I mean, his team did really good too, so I guess that is a combined factor. However, yeah, Shane getting first. definitely was. It was a prediction battle between Shane and Fine probably for number 1. I think Shadoon was actually pretty frequently mentioned as well. I think actually in our predictions on stream, we ended up putting Shadoon in first because we thought that team was so strong that it would like catapult him into the top spot, which, to be completely fair, was pretty close. Obviously, there will be people who debate like, oh, but if Fineberg got Rocket or Railroad Rush and SOT, it would have been way higher. Yeah, no crap, Sherlock. If Shane didn't get lagged out in whatever the game was that he lagged out in, I think it was Rocket Spleef or Sky Battle or one of them, or both maybe, he would have maybe got 3.5 or 3.6. Like, obviously, there's so many things that you can debate for, oh, but if this happened. So just look at the leaderboard and be like, nice, cool, very awesome, and then call it a day. But yeah, it is interesting to see, like, Shadoon 8 points behind Fine here. And Ant also getting 5th here, but I don't know where his team plays, but I assume like in the middle, maybe bottom half. So very cool. Traded one slightly sick man for another sick man. Grian trying to relax while being sick. Jimmy getting sick. So true, so real. It did happen. It made for a pretty fun team, I must say. It made for a pretty fun team. Next up, MCC Haunted Hoedown player hub Ace Race. Ain't been back at it again. Absolutely grinding Ace Race. You love to see it. Not surprisingly, Ant Venom being the number 1, obviously in a Ace Race thing is gonna happen. He's just mastered the craft, really. So we're not gonna watch this entire run. If you want to watch the run, go look at Reddit. I'm sure Ant Venom has posted this on YouTube as well. Maybe I think Ant typically posts these types of stuff on YouTube in some way, shape, or form. Whether it's a second channel or a main channel, I don't really know. But, yeah, very cool. What the hell was that jump? Jesus. Next up, you have some more art. Gore warning again. So I guess if you are sensitive to that, don't look at the screen. Very cool art again here. Some zombies. You have purple team. 5-up looking evil as hell. Why does Callum look so, like, cute? And then 5-up looks so, like, demonic. It's crazy. And then a really, really cool one here. I like the iJevan look here. Very much reminds me of 4C, which is very fun. Practice server has been moved to the main server. I think we already talked about this as well. But yeah, practice server. And that's not been moved, but it's probably going to be entirely moved. It just makes sense to be on the main server. It's going to have updated code base. Just probably create a bit more activity now that it's refreshed. I think it's worth it. And it also just makes the hub more interesting and more fun to be around. They're essentially making the hub its own little mini server. So that's very cool. This is kind of lame. IMO thoughts. Oh, yeah. I think we already talked about the Ant Venom Wall Rush as well. Or not, the Wall Rush complaints. Neither side here is correct. I am leaning slightly more in favor of the green team being correct to obviously be upset at Ant's complaints, but I also fully don't agree with any of some of the Green's audience, which isn't Green's fault either, but some of the Green's viewers like attacking Ant to the point where I think he ended up like putting his chat in sub-only mode. Like that, you don't have to like go that far. Obviously, I assume there's a lot of young people in there who don't know better, but some people went way too far. So I didn't love this either. I thought this was kind of lame, but no need to like get super upset at it. Oh my god! I didn't expect this to get that many upvotes, but I upvoted it because it's me! Look, me! MCC Tober, 31, Alex Wolfy, player of your choice. I made it, guys. I made it to the Reddit Roundup. It's me. I give a little reply. Look, that's me. That's me too. I'm gonna be so for real. At first I thought this was Sandwich Lord, because Sandwich is like, what's it called? Sandwich's like character has like bits of yellow across. Obviously I know the yellow ribbon. I assume it's just like a consistency for the color palette, which obviously still great. But I know when I first saw this, I was like, is this Sandwich? Like, or is it me? But then obviously I saw like the face and like the hair. It makes sense, and like the hoodie. So very cool, very awesome. Thank you, appreciate it. Thank you, Graham. Thank you so much, appreciate it. MCC Haunted Hoedown, the Haunted Hoedown Dodgebolt stats. Aqua shooting, mustard dodging. Did anyone get like a crazy percentage? Impulse has a 100% hit rate. My goat. Oh my god. Not counting Rising, Ghostie's the first MCC player to hit the game-winning dodgeball shot in their MCC debut since Fineberg. I guess that kind of makes sense. Yeah. Well, actually, this year's had a lot of debuting players, but I guess because there's a limited amount of dodgebolts available. Yeah, very, very interesting stat. So yeah. Cool. Very cool. Very, very cool. And then finally, we'll look at this post. Fun fact, every Blockwars CC team member that also plays actively in Blockwars won their debut. But this is regarding Shane, Misty, me, and Haley. First is Shane, which this screenshot is crazy, by the way, because obviously right here you have Dan TDM, Valkyrie, Lizzie is like hidden in here. You have some of the like Roblox people. You have G over here as well. Like this is a very OG like squad of people to see in MCC. We have like almost not seen any of these people. We've seen Dane and Lizzie once this year, but the rest of them, Ray, we haven't seen in a long time. I hope that she comes back at some point. Ray's a very fun player to see in a Minecraft event. And then obviously B-Dubs is one event. Haven't seen Blushy in a long time either. Like, damn, bro. Damn, this is such an OG screenshot. Then you have Misty and her team here. Very fun squad as well. This team was obviously a very, very dominant one in MCC Pride 23. Then you have me. What an iconic photo. Guys, this is going to go down in the history books. It already has. Very iconic team picture here. Very cool. I'm right there. Isn't that crazy? The crown is still behind me, guys. It's on the floor. I need to actually put it in the right spot at some point. Also, this thing did not fit on my head. It probably still doesn't. My head is huge. And then here we have Ghosty Fruit, who obviously won, as already mentioned. And that's where we're going to end off, guys. That was the Reddit Roundup for Halloween, October. Let me know your thoughts on this whole video. And if you have any specific moments that you think I missed out on, or that you thought were really cool, or whatever in between, this is going to be the 30th Reddit Roundup. So the next one is probably going to be in December, or whatever time makes the most sense. Maybe if the November anniversary event has a lot of stuff going on, I'll do one earlier, and then we'll save the next one for December. So at most, you're going to get 3 Reddit Roundups this year. Probably one for anniversary, for the December holiday event, and then probably one for the entire year. Anyways, thank you for watching, and I'll see you all later. Goodbye.